Irritable bowel syndrome. This video will describe some general first-line dietary advice for managing irritable bowel syndrome. However, for individualised advice, please speak to your GP or a dietitian. So what is irritable bowel syndrome, or IBS? IBS is a variety of symptoms that can cause pain or discomfort in the gut. You may have IBS if you have experienced symptoms for at least 6 months. There are many symptoms that are associated with IBS. Some of the most common symptoms are wind or bloating, diarrhoea, constipation or both, passing mucus, feeling like you haven't opened your bowels fully and needing to go to the toilet urgently. Symptoms may feel worse after eating and may feel better after opening your bowels. You may have one or many of these symptoms. You should consult your GP if you have had a change in your bowel habits for more than 6 weeks, especially if you are losing weight without trying, have blood in your stools, or someone in your close family has had bowel or ovarian cancer. So what can you do to manage your IBS symptoms? Some helpful tips that you could try are: try to eat regular meals throughout the day. Try not to skip meals or eat late at night. Eat slowly and chew your food well. Do your best to keep moving or do regular exercise to help your body digest food better. Additionally, taking the time to relax or de-stress may also help to reduce your symptoms. Keeping a food and symptom diary can be very helpful. It may help you to identify specific foods that trigger your symptoms or might make your symptoms worse. If you do decide to reduce trigger foods, try to do this one by one to see what effect they have. If you do make changes to your diet, give your bowels time to adjust, at least a few days, to see if symptoms have improved. It would also be helpful to keep a record of your mood, along with the effects of the trigger foods, as this information can be very useful alongside the symptoms if you see a specialist in the future. So what changes can you make to your diet? Sadly, in IBS, there is no single diet that works for everyone. So depending on your symptoms, there may be different dietary modifications you can try. If you mainly experience wind or bloating, try to limit your fruit intake to 3 portions a day. This includes 1 small glass of fruit juice. Reduce your intake of fizzy drinks. Try adding in oats and linseeds to your diet. And reduce resistant starches. These are starches naturally present in foods, such as pulses and whole grains, or starches that have been altered due to the cooking, cooling, and reheating processes. Try to avoid eating potatoes, pasta, and rice that has been cooled or reheated, such as in ready meals or leftovers. If your main symptom is diarrhoea, try to make sure you drink plenty of fluids. Reduce your intake of caffeinated drinks, such as tea and coffee and soft drinks, to 3 times per day. Reduce your intake of high fibre foods, such as whole grain cereals or bread. Reduce your intake of high fat processed foods, such as fast foods and takeaways, cakes and biscuits, and fatty meats found in sausages or burgers. However, if you mainly suffer from constipation, gradually increase the fibre in your diet from fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and beans and pulses. Drink plenty of fluids and try adding in a tablespoon of linseeds to your diet each day. For more detailed advice, the IBS Network is a UK charity dedicated to supporting people with IBS. It contains more information, resources, and support groups on its website. Or the British Dietetic Association also provides more detail on their IBS food fact sheet on their website. However, if you are still struggling to manage your symptoms despite making changes, ask your GP to refer you to a dietitian for more individual and specialised advice, or consult a private dietitian.